30 years ago, I tried the same civil case, medical malpractice case, 3 times. And the 3rd time the jury came back and I lost the case. The first trial was a mistrial when the defense attorney asked a question he wasn't supposed to talk about that we agreed to before the trial. The second trial was a hung jury, 6-6. Third trial, as the jury's coming back in to render their verdict, they filled out a special verdict and it said, it was a medical malpractice case. I think I mentioned that. Basically, was the doctor negligent, yes or no? As the jury's coming back in, the defense attorney, who had not lost a case in 8 years, leaned over to me. Keep in mind, I've only been practicing about 5 years up until that point in time. He leans over to me and says, Mitch, I think you spanked me for about $750,000. And I said, I do too. The jury came back, no liability, no negligence, and we lost the case. Fast forward 6 months, I'm at a holiday party and my trial judge happened to be at that party. And he pulled me aside and said, Mitch, I couldn't believe that verdict. In fact, when the jury came down with his decision, he said, we need to take a 5-minute recess. He stopped court and walked away from behind the bench just to take a deep breath. He was pretty upset, as I was, with the verdict. But 6 months later, he goes, Mitch, I was surprised as you, as the verdict the jury came down with. He goes, you tried the hell out of that case. It was a pleasure to watch you try this case, Mitch, which was cool to hear, only having practiced for about 5 years, right? But he goes, I hope there's a takeaway from that experience that you've learned. And there was. I always try to look at the glasses half full. I can always learn from unexpected outcomes, right? In life in general. And he goes, just keep doing what you're doing. Focus on what you have control over, your preparation, how you build rapport with the jury and the witnesses, how you try your cases. Keep focusing on that and don't get stressed out about or get all worked up over things that are beyond your control. One silly juror that for some reason can't grasp the facts and convinces the other jurors to go a different direction, a direction contrary to the facts, the evidence, and the law. We've only got so much control over what's going on in our lives, right? How much we decide to work out, how much time we spend in our businesses, our occupations, our practices, how much time we spend on social media. I like to focus on what I have control over. And I'm happy to say that over the course of my 35 years, about 70 or so substantial jury trial cases, I've won 67 out of 70 cases. I think I've only lost 2 or 3 cases that I can think of. Don't hold me to that, but it's pretty close. And one of the takeaways with all of my wins on behalf of my client since that case was I focused on what I had control over. I didn't spend any time worrying about what might happen or things that I didn't have control over. And when all said and done, good things consistently happened in the practice, in the courtroom, and frankly with everything else that I'm doing in life. Hopefully some of the experiences that I've had, you guys can learn from, take into your practice, take into your business, take into what you're doing online, and enjoy the journey and make each day of your professional, your business, and your personal life a masterpiece. Take care.